Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a science fiction action film, 2.0. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. In the sunset, an old man slowly climbs up a phone tower and hangs himself. Countless birds surround the tower and the man, refusing to leave. In the meantime, Dr. Mustache has built a new human-friendly household robot. His previous robot, nicknamed Muscular, was disassembled and displayed in a museum. One day, some university students come to visit Dr. Mustache's lab in admiration of his fame, and are received by his young and sexy assistant carrying two big hormone mountains, nicknamed Big Mountain. A boy is attracted to Big Mountain, and asks for her mountain coordinates, but Dr. Mustache warns the boy not to be cheated by her mountain size, and tells him that the mountainous assistant is actually his newly invented robot, who looks so human-like that the students can't tell she is a robot with mountains, unless informed. The boy's girlfriend is not happy with him, because he flirted with Big Mountain in the lab. As he is trying to explain to his girlfriend on the way home, his phone suddenly flies up into the sky, and a flying angry bird appears on the phone screen. The phone hovers overhead for a few seconds, then flies away. Meanwhile, more and more phones in the city are flying into the sky, mimicking birds. Dr. Mustache's phone also flies away while he is talking to his wife, telling her he is working with Big Mountain in the lab. The disappearance of phones throws the public into a panic. People are gathering in the police office to report their phones missing. The police ask a telecom expert from the biggest telecom company in this country to track the missing phones. However, they are unable to locate the phone because all the phones are switched off. A government official assembles a council to discuss this phenomenon. Through analyzing, scientists think it is a man-made device and discount any alien activity. In a phone retail store, the owner is ordering a large number of phones from another city, trying to make up for his loss. As the truck loaded with phones enters the city, odd things start to happen. All the phones start to fly out of the truck, as if they are being controlled and given an order. The phones follow the owner to his house, and cover his room while he is sleeping. The owner wakes up, and tries to get through the phones but fails. Later, the phones get into his body through his mouth, and kill him. The next morning, Dr. Mustache comes to the owner's house to investigate, after he is informed of the incident. He finds some phone wreckage in the corners of the room. He deduces that whoever or whatever is behind this, must hate phones. Later, Dr. Mustache turns to his lab, and installs a tracker on his backup phone. When the backup phone flies away, as he expects, he follows it to a phone tower, where he detects lots of strong signals. Shortly after, huge numbers of phones begin to gather together like locusts in the sky, manifesting as a giant angry bird claw, ripping out the phone tower. In the meantime, many telecom company owners are followed by phones. The phones change into different forms, and kill those owners, as if they are protesting. The government realizes it is more serious than they thought, and gathers scientists to think of a solution. The government is thinking of sending in the military to counter these mysterious threats, which is opposed by Dr. Mustache, who thinks humans are no match for whatever is going on. But rather, the doctor suggests reactivating the robot Muscular. However, Dr. Mustache's plan is opposed, because this kind of robot is prohibited. What's more, Dr. Mustache's teacher was killed by Muscular years ago. The teacher's son, who is a member of the council, doesn't agree with the plan either. As anticipated, the plan is rejected under the guise of complicated procedures. Even so, Dr. Mustache and Big Mountain sneak into the museum, and plan to steal Muscular. Meanwhile, the government sends armed forces in to patrol the city center, and protect the civilians. However, the phones destroy all the weapons, including the tanks, and kill all the soldiers within minutes, just like dumping a piece of shit. A senior government official is also attacked by his own phone, and is in the hospital despite emergency rescue efforts. Seeing this, the Home Minister is terrified, so he calls Dr. Mustache to give him permission to reactivate Muscular. The Home Minister also promises that he will be responsible for all the damage that Muscular may cause. Meanwhile, in the city center, people are lining up to buy a new phone under the protection of the army. The phones gather into a swarm, taking the shape of a giant angry bird, and killing all of the people there. The army shoots at the angry bird, but none of the weapons can harm it. Then, Muscular appears, and catches people that are caught by the bird, and falling from the sky with a big net, saving their shitty lives. Muscular battles with the giant bird, firing several missiles at it, but missing it each time. At last, the angry bird swallows Muscular with his vehicle like a hot dog. Muscular finds a gasoline tank inside the bird, and triggers an explosion, which destroys the bird. Muscular gets out of the bird, but is reminded his battery is low. While seeking a power source, Muscular discovers a space station and takes refuge there. He notices that the angry bird, formed by the remaining phones, can't get close to the station due to some kind of magnetic force rejection. Muscular then returns to the lab and informs Dr. Mustache about this. It turns out that the space station was built to look for life in outer space and was discharging positive energy, but the phones are powered by a negative charge. That's why the angry bird was repelled. Through observing the bird, Dr. Mustache notices a disgusting human face on its angry belly, marking its birthmark. Now he has all but confirmed that a human is behind all of this. After checking the record of unusual deaths in recent years, Dr. Mustache guesses the old man, who committed suicide on a phone tower, may be related to this somehow, so he goes to where the old man lived with a photon synthesizer he built himself. He finds all the missing phones in the man's garden. Dr. Mustache activates the synthesizer. The bird reveals itself immediately. The positive charge projected by the synthesizer neutralizes the negative charge of the bird. Suddenly, a mechanical failure occurs before the damned bird is destroyed. The bird changes into an egg. The phones take up a humanoid form and walk out of the egg. It is the deceased man, but now he has become a vengeful monster. The old man is angry and wants to destroy the synthesizer, but he is stopped by Muscular. The old man then walks into the locked house and recreates what happened. In the past, the old man was a famous ornithologist. When he was born, he had no breath. A bird flew into the room and rested on his chest. Suddenly, he regained his breath, and since then, he has dedicated his life to birds. However, with the improvement of technology, the usage of mobile phones is increasing. More and more phone towers are being built. The radiation affects the brains of birds, resulting in birds losing their sense of direction. A large number of birds die because of that. The ornithologist urged that people should use fewer mobile phones, but nobody would like to listen to him. In despair, the ornithologist decided to end his life. He didn't expect that after he died, his negatively charged spirit would turn into a vengeful entity. He vowed to get revenge on humans. Back in the garden, Dr. Mustache fixes the synthesizer and continues to fight the angry bird. Muscular protects the van where Dr. Mustache and the synthesizer are from being overturned by the bird, but is injured by the bird's claws by accident and collapses to the ground. To save Muscular, Big Mountain shows up and replaces his damaged parts with hers, taken out of her hormone mountains. Thanks to that, Muscular comes back to life and controls the van to capture and contain the bird. After that, Muscular and Big Mountain have feelings for each other. Muscular gains approval from the government for his heroic deeds. The government also requests that Dr. Mustache produce more robots like Muscular for the army. The councilman is not happy to see this. During the night, he sneaks into Dr. Mustache's lab, steals the terminal processor, and releases the angry bird. Meanwhile, Dr. Mustache is sleeping at home. Suddenly, he is awakened by a phone ring. He wakes up and finds his room is covered by phones, and a giant human face appears above him. Later, the ornithologist possesses Dr. Mustache, controlling him as he walks in the street, calling for birds to be saved. When he sees people using their phones in the street, he gets angry and kills them like a madman. Muscular and Big Mountain arrive and try to stop Dr. Mustache. However, Muscular doesn't want to hurt Dr. Mustache and refuses to attack him. Muscular then gets taken apart by the ornithologist. Dr. Mustache writes 2.0 on the car while he regains his consciousness, indicating Big Mountain to put the red chip into Muscular and reprograms him to a better version. That's the only way to fight the ornithologist. Big Mountain steals the chip from the museum and reassembles Muscular with it. When Muscular comes back to life, he becomes his 2.0 alter ego, and is much stronger than before. However, what is filled in his mind now is to let go of his hormones with Big Mountain. But Big Mountain commands him to fight the ornithologist as the priority. The first step is to build as many robots as possible, which are as strong as Muscular. Muscular also makes a mini robot with a strong magnetic hormone built, sending it to Big Mountain as a hormone gift. Meanwhile, a football match is being held in a stadium. Around 80,000 people are gathering there to watch the match. The ornithologist chooses this venue to start getting his revenge. He picks a person from the audience, who happens to be the councilman, to demonstrate the harm that radiation can do to humans, and burns his ass to ashes with an electric current generated from local power towers. Later, the ornithologist controls the phones to block the exits of the stadium and traps all the people inside. Before he starts to slaughter all the people, Muscular breaks through the phone blockade. The ornithologist tries to manipulate Muscular by threatening to hurt Dr. Mustache, but this time Muscular doesn't fall for it. The ornithologist turns the phones into lots of robots and controls them to surround Muscular. Muscular activates the magnetic mode, attracting all of the machine guns to him, turning himself a gun emplacement. He begins firing at the robots around him and destroying them easily. Suddenly, a giant bird swoops down to attack him. Muscular orders the other robots to form a mega iron ball and attacks the bird with heavy firepower while rolling towards the bird. However, as that tactic doesn't appear to work, Muscular tries Plan B. He changes the robots into a giant net and traps the bird inside a cage. All of the robots shoot at the bird at the same time, trying to cook the bird like dead meat once for all. But still, it doesn't injure the angry bird at all. What is worse, the angry bird gets enraged further. The bird disassembles and forms a giant humanoid figure with the likeness of the ornithologist that is thousands of meters tall. Muscular activates hormone magnetic mode again and attracts all the metal products nearby to make himself into a giant robot to fight with the ornithologist. Because the ornithologist can transform, Muscular is no match for him. After taking several hits from the ornithologist, Muscular is damaged and on fire. Muscular has no choice but to demagnetize himself, and he gets inside of the ornithologist, attempting to destroy him from within. However, the plan doesn't work either, because Muscular runs out of battery charge. The ornithologist turns into a smaller form with a pair of wings. His giant bird splits up into smaller birds and kills Muscular's robots. Right after that, the ornithologist gathers strong electric currents and attempts to destroy this place. Right before the ornithologist kills Muscular, the Mimi hormone robot he made for Big Mountain arrives on a dove and interrupts the ornithologist. More and more mini robots gather, all riding on doves. The ornithologist doesn't want to hurt the doves, so he stands down and removes the electric currents. In the meantime, Big Mountain arrives with a whole truck of mini robots, which run to the stadium, transform into a phone, and attach to the phones that are controlled by the ornithologist. The mini robots explode on Muscular's command, blasting the stadium exits and the ornithologist's wings. The ornithologist still comes for Muscular in a last-ditch attempt. Muscular fires at him, determined to kill him forever, but right then, Big Mountain jumps up and blocks all the bullets with her big bulletproof mountains. Dr. Mustache finally gets rid of the ornithologist's control, and the ornithologist himself is led to the space station by the mini robots on doves, where he is destroyed by the positive charge. After that, Muscular changes back to his original settings, because Big Mountain preset an automatic program inside of him. Dr. Mustache is taken to the hospital later, and is out of danger after treatment. The Home Minister visits him in the hospital, and promises that he will reduce the number of phone towers in the city to protect other creatures' safety, and maintain a safe living environment. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Peace out.